Hi, it's Lori from Coast to Coast Craft Girls coming to you from the West Coast. It's wedding season, so I've been working on some wedding cards, and this is a very simple card. I've been doing a lot of more monochromatic kinds of cards, and this is definitely in that vein, but very simple. It's time consuming because I cut each of these little individual foliage pieces, which takes a long time, but then putting it together is super fast and easy. So let me show you how it's made. Okay, so to make our card, this is a 5 by 6.5. No, yeah, 5 by 6.5 inch card, and I'm going to do it landscape. And I've got a matte layer just in kind of a light green, and then I cut ivory Centura Pearl card, and I ran it through a Spellbinders 3D embossing folder. It's a 3D, it's just kind of a foliage print that I really like. And I'm going to put that on top of the green matte layer and then onto that card. So go ahead and glue that up. So I'll get that on there. And I just wanted a real subtle pattern. I didn't want anything too much. And now to create our little heart wreath, I took heart nesting dies and I cut just a thin layer, and I'm going to glue my foliage onto there, and I basically just want a guideline. You could also just draw this onto your background layer, but I thought it might be hard to draw on there because of the embossing, so I just went ahead and cut this. These nesting dies are from Crafter's Companion. It's the Heart Triple Easel nesting dies. And then I cut a ton of foliage in that green, and I'm going to just glue that around on the wreath, or on the heart, just to make my wreath. But I'm going to go ahead and put the heart onto my card so that I can glue kind of on the heart, but also kind of around it. So it's not, because it's not all going to be glued onto this little thin layer. So, but I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. And the thing that takes the absolute most amount of time on this card is cutting all of that foliage. I don't even know how much. I basically just cut a bunch of it, like almost an entire page. And I used these two little dies, foliage dies from Crafter's Companion, from some set of floral dies. And now I'm just gonna glue my foliage on just around that wreath. And this is gonna take some time, so I'll be back with you when I'm done. Okay, now once I got most of that covered, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my 3D glue gel to come in and put these, kind of put a second layer on with, and you can see I'm just kind of taking off those bottom stems because I don't like the looks of them sticking out. But I'm going to use my 3D glue gel just to give some height and dimension to it. I'm just going to put a little bit of 3D glue in a couple of spots because I want it to be looser, not stuck down all the way. then on my wreath, I'm gonna put 2 little birds in there. And I cut these from a Spellbinders die called Sweet Birdie, and it's just the one bird. So I cut this one on the right side, and then this is basically the back side of the die cut so that you get them mirrored. And I'm going to put them on my wreath like that, sort of facing each other. Obviously use my 3D glue gel. Okay. Get them even. That's good. And then I cut Congratulations out of the green and then also out of gold. And I just kind of put that on with a drop shadow, and that's going to go right there in the middle. Right in the middle. And we're all done. It's a very easy card to make, but it is time consuming, really just because of cutting all of that foliage. If you used a regular wreath with a wreath die, it would go a lot faster, but I liked the looks of this with the heart. So thanks for watching.